In Kurulus Osman episode 123, Osman Bey devised a plan to defeat Togay and the Mongol army that was advancing towards his territory. This plan was the culmination of several strategic decisions that Osman Bey had made in previous episodes, including his alliances with the Tekfur and the Aksakaliler, and his capture of Saruhan, Baybulat's son. The plan involved using Saruhan as leverage to negotiate with Togay. Osman Bey understood that Togay would not willingly leave his territory, and so he sought to make him an offer he couldn't refuse. Osman Bey demanded that Togay and his army leave his territory, and in return, he would release Saruhan unharmed. The plan was risky, as it relied on Togay agreeing to the terms of the negotiation. However, Osman Bey had anticipated this and had prepared for the possibility that Togay would refuse. To ensure his success, Osman Bey had assembled a large army and set traps along the route that Togay's army would take if they refused to leave peacefully. When Togay arrived at the designated meeting place, he refused to leave Osman Bey's territory, and a battle ensued. However, Osman Bey's preparations paid off, and his army was able to gain the upper hand, eventually forcing Togay and his army to retreat. Osman Bey's plan to defeat Togay in episode 123 showcased his strategic thinking and leadership skills. He had anticipated the possible outcomes of his negotiations and had prepared for them accordingly. He had also made key alliances that strengthened his position and allowed him to negotiate from a position of strength. The plan also highlighted the importance of diplomacy and negotiation in the series. While battles and warfare were often the primary means of resolving conflicts, diplomacy was also a vital tool that could be used to achieve a peaceful resolution. In conclusion, Osman Bey's plan to defeat Togay in Kurulus Osman episode 123 was a pivotal moment in the series. It showcased his strategic thinking and leadership skills, emphasized the importance of alliances and preparation, and highlighted the significance of diplomacy and negotiation in resolving conflicts. Osman Bey's plan to defeat Togay in episode 123 also showcased the complexity of the political landscape in the series. The negotiations with Togay involved not just Osman Bey and the Mongol leader but also the other tribes and factions in the region. The Tekfur and the Aksakaliler, who had previously allied with Osman Bey, played a significant role in the negotiations, as did Baybulat, who sought to use the opportunity to gain power and influence. The plan also highlighted the challenges that Osman Bey faced in uniting the tribes under his leadership. While he had made progress in forging alliances and gaining support, there were still factions that opposed him and sought to undermine his authority. Baybulat, for instance, was a constant thorn in Osman Bey's side, and his scheming threatened to derail the negotiations with Togay. Furthermore, the plan demonstrated the importance of military strategy and tactics in the series. Osman Bey's preparations for the battle were meticulous, and his army was able to use the terrain to its advantage, setting traps and ambushes that caught Togay and his army off guard. The battle was intense and chaotic, with both sides using a range of weapons and tactics to gain the upper hand. Finally, Osman Bey's plan showcased his determination and resilience in the face of adversity. Despite the challenges he faced, he refused to back down and was willing to risk everything to protect his territory and people. His courage and leadership inspired his army, and his victory over Togay and the Mongol army was a significant moment in the series. In conclusion, Osman Bey's plan to defeat Togay in Kurulus Osman episode 123 was a multifaceted and pivotal moment in the series. It highlighted the complexity of the political landscape, the challenges of uniting the tribes under Osman Bey's leadership, the importance of military strategy and tactics, and Osman Bey's determination and resilience in the face of adversity. The episode was a testament to the series' engaging and nuanced storytelling, and it left viewers eager to see what would happen next. Kurulus Osman episode 123 saw the Aksakaliler, a council of wise elders, rise to prominence in the series. The council had previously been a minor player in the political landscape, but their actions in this episode demonstrated their increasing influence and power. The episode began with Osman Bey seeking the council's advice on how to deal with Togay, the Mongol leader who had invaded his territory. The council urged caution, warning Osman Bey of the dangers of going to war with the Mongols. However, they also recognized the need to defend their land and people, and so they agreed to support Osman Bey's plan to negotiate with Togay. Throughout the episode, the Aksakaliler played a key role in the negotiations with Togay. They acted as intermediaries between Osman Bey and the Mongol leader, using their wisdom and diplomacy to broker a deal. They also worked behind the scenes to ensure that the other tribes and factions in the region would support Osman Bey's plan. As the negotiations progressed, it became clear that the Aksakaliler were gaining more influence and respect. Their words carried weight, and their actions were seen as crucial to the success of the negotiations. Even Baybolot, who had previously opposed Osman Bey, recognized the council's importance and sought to ally with them. The Aksakaliler also demonstrated their courage and loyalty in the episode's climactic battle. When Togay's forces attacked, the council stood with Osman Bey and fought alongside his army. They showed that they were not just wise advisors but also capable warriors, willing to risk their lives to defend their people and land. The rise of the Aksakaliler in Kurulus Osman episode 123 reflects the series' themes of leadership, loyalty, and wisdom. The council's actions showcase the importance of seeking counsel and advice from those who have lived and experienced life before, as they may have wisdom and knowledge that can guide leaders in making the right decisions. Their rise also demonstrated the importance of unity and cooperation among the tribes and factions in the region, as they worked together to defend their territory and people. In conclusion, Kurulus Osman episode 123 saw the Aksakaliler rise to prominence in the series. Their actions demonstrated their increasing influence and power, as well as their courage and loyalty. Their rise reflects the series' themes of leadership, wisdom, and unity, and leaves viewers excited to see how their influence will continue to shape the political landscape in future episodes. One aspect that makes the rise of the Aksakaliler particularly intriguing is the contrast it presents to the younger generation of leaders in the series. Osman Bey, for example, is often portrayed as headstrong and impulsive, willing to take risks to achieve his goals. In contrast, the Aksakaliler represent a more measured and cautious approach, emphasizing the importance of wisdom and experience in decision-making. This contrast creates tension and conflict within the series, as the younger leaders often clash with the Aksakaliler over the best course of action. Baybolot, for example, initially opposes Osman Bey's plan to negotiate with Togay and instead advocates for a more aggressive approach. This puts him at odds with the Aksakaliler, who support Osman Bey's plan and urge caution and diplomacy. This tension between the younger and older generations of leaders is a recurring theme in the series, and it highlights the importance of balance and collaboration in leadership. The Aksakaliler bring a wealth of experience and knowledge to the table, but they also recognize the need for younger leaders like Osman Bey to take risks and make bold decisions. Likewise, the younger leaders can benefit from the counsel and guidance of the Aksakaliler, who offer a long-term perspective on the consequences of their actions. Another interesting aspect of the Aksakaliler's rise in Kurulus Osman episode 123 is the way it challenges traditional gender roles in the series. In the past, women have been largely marginalized in the political landscape, with few opportunities to wield power or influence. However, in this episode, several female characters play key roles in the negotiations with Togay. Bala Hatun, for example, acts as a translator and mediator between Osman Bey and Togay. She also uses her intelligence and wit to outmaneuver Togay's advisor, Bayhoka. Meanwhile, Zor Hatun, a member of the Aksakaliler, offers wise counsel and serves as a voice of reason throughout the negotiations. The inclusion of these female characters in positions of power challenges the traditional gender roles in the series and offers a more diverse and nuanced portrayal of leadership. It also adds an interesting layer of complexity to the Aksakaliler's rise, as their influence is not limited to a single gender or demographic. In conclusion, the rise of the Aksakaliler in Kurulus Osman episode 123 is a significant development in the series. It showcases the importance of wisdom, experience, and unity in leadership, as well as the tension that arises between different generations of leaders. It also challenges traditional gender roles in the series, offering a more diverse and nuanced portrayal of leadership. Overall, the Oxocolilers' rise sets the stage for future developments in the series and leaves viewers eager to see how their influence will continue to shape the political landscape.